Hello and welcome to mdhil. Sex and self-esteem are two very interconnected and complicated things. What's healthy and what's not? We find out with counselor and co-founder at Inner Sight, Ajanta Day. Ajanta, sex and self-esteem are a very interconnected, related thing. There's always some confusion, as to what bearing sex has on one's self-esteem. What are your thoughts on that?
I think, Lakshmi, in the Indian context, I agree with you that there is a huge, impact of sex on self-esteem and also self-esteem on sex. So, if, for example, someone with the low self-esteem would approach sex very differently. For girls, especially for women, I would say there is always a lot of emphasis in our culture on, being being the sacrificer or being the giver. And sometimes that can actually percolate to sex as well, where they tend to think that it's important to cater to someone else's needs versus acknowledging their own needs or even asking for what they want. To say that, or to even say that you enjoy it. When you say self-esteem, it covers a lot of things. For me, it's also about how you see your body.
So when it comes to sex and self-esteem, the relationship between the two, and finding a balance, what would you say is healthy?
I think one thing is to just be aware of how you are perceiving yourself and how you are with yourself, because if you are going to be perceiving yourself, imagining what the others are looking at you as, there are chances that your self-esteem is going to dip, because it's, people are going to look at you with different colored glasses. Yes. And I think it's important to sort of just look at yourself the way you see yourself and just accepting yourself the way you are. I think that's the key.
Interesting things there in that conversation, acceptance, understanding one's own self, also being able to voice it, I think, being open about what one wants and what's okay, what's not okay with oneself, in order to have a healthy self-esteem and a healthy sex life. Thank you for joining us on mdhil.